Yo, what is up, everybody? We are back in the building. I am so happy right now because it's been like over a year since I've been allowed to connect my live stream from StreamYard to my Pan-Africanism Strikes Back Twitter page. So, welcome to all the people from that Twitter page or X page if you're in the building. Welcome to all my people from the at Defiant Brandon Twitter page. Welcome to all my people from at Defiant Brandon or Defiant with Brandon Tucker on YouTube. And shout out to all my day ones watching from Facebook. Please give me a 1 in the comments if you can hear me okay. I want to make sure you can hear me because I have a barn burner of a topic for us to discuss today. And that is a very controversial situation in the Pan-African space. It is this situation revolving around President of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré. Now, if you don't know, quick summary, quick little backstory to get you guys up to speed. Ibrahim Traoré overthrew the interim president of Burkina Faso 2 years ago. Since then, Ibrahim Traoré has promised, he's a military leader who was, he was in the Burkinabe military. He overthrew the government and he promised to hold democratic elections last year in July. He did not hold those elections. He said for security reasons, the elections needed to be suspended, and he promised to hold them this year in July. Now that July is coming up very soon, about 3 months away, suddenly there has been a coup attempt on Ibrahim Traoré to overthrow his government. And I don't know about you, but this is starting to look like a repetitive cycle. I am predicting that Ibrahim Traoré will once again suspend democratic elections in the country of Burkina Faso, and he will blame it on security, or he will say it's for security reasons based on this alleged coup to overthrow the Burkinabe government. Now, this is a hot button issue in the African world, the global Pan-African world, and I do not have a position on this that is very popular. I assert that Ibrahim Traoré is and or will be just another decades-long dictator in the history of West Africa. I believe that Ibrahim Traoré will never hold democratic elections. I believe that he is nothing more than a dictator who does what all dictators do: promise the world, overpromise, and under-deliver, or not deliver at all. We've seen it so many times in the past. J.J. Rawlings of Ghana, Mobutu of Congo, and the list goes on and on. This is a recurring theme in Africa. These dictators are praised, celebrated by the African youth. And then 10 years later, the same youth are complaining. They're up in arms, and they're attempting to convince the world to come intervene on their behalf because they are not able to find jobs. They're unable to build a life in the country of their birth. And it just turns out to be more of the same. Now, I've put the StreamYard link in the comments. You are all welcome to click the link and come up because I really would like for you guys to prove me wrong, but I don't think you're going to be able to. I'm not doing anything that is not substantiated by history. I'm not predicting anything that is not supported by history. How many times has an African leader risen up, overthrew the government of his country, claimed that he's going to change things, he's going to be the savior, he's going to make things right, and he gets seduced by the power, he gets seduced by the money, and he never holds elections, or if he holds elections like the president of Gabon, he wins by 99% of the vote. The opposition disappears. There's no one opposing him. Everyone is on his side. And you're thinking, well, there's always someone who thinks they can do a better job. Only in these African countries or these South American dictatorships does the current dictator win 99% of the vote. The thing with Ibrahim Traoré is this guy won't even hold an election. He won't even fake an election in an attempt to legitimize himself. He's just like, some cool tip, security reasons, we ain't having an election. And the crazy thing is everybody outside of Burkina Faso supports this guy. They have little to no information about what's going on in the country. It's a media blackout in that country. But for some reason, everyone is just like, yeah, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm asking for transparency. I'm asking for all of our people to be patient until we find out exactly what's going on. And I'm asking for the people of Burkina Faso to speak on their own behalf as to whether or not they support Ibrahim Traoré. Now, one of the things that made me suspicious or gave where I saw red flags about this situation is this. After the guy says they attempted to coup him and overthrow his government, the government then orders people to go out into the streets of the capital and hold mass demonstrations to to express or show their support for the government. My question is this: if you are as popular as you say you are, why do you need to force people to go out and hold mass protests or mass demonstrations in support of you? Donald Trump didn't have to say, hey, you guys go in the street and tell everyone how much you love me. This reeks to high heaven of dictatorship. This reeks to high heaven of a population that is living in fear, that is basically being forced to express support for a regime that is illegitimate. Guys, if Ibrahim Traoré was such a great guy that everyone in Burkina Faso had to loves, just think about this with your forebrain, the best part of your brain. If you have this much support from the people, why do you need to overthrow the government? Why do you have to overthrow an interim president who will be forced to either run for a re-election or step down? Because I think that's the way it works. When you're the interim president, you can't run for re-election. He'll either have to step down or run fair elections for the next group of men who would like to pursue the office of president. If I have that much support, why do I need to overthrow the government? I'll give you another question. How many countries, in any country on earth, how many people know the name of low-ranking, not really low-ranking, but mid-level generals in the army? We're in America where information is readily available. There are very few of us who could name like a one-star general or like a captain or an officer in any branch of the United States military. So you want me to believe that this relatively low-ranking person is just so widely known throughout Burkina Faso that when he overthrows the government, everybody's in support of him? I'm not buying it. And then from my experience, people don't usually support you until you do something that benefits them. This guy was making these claims of like mass support from like the first day after he overthrew the government. And then the first time when people were calling for elections, he says, oh, the people said that they didn't want elections. They love me that much. Now, if we use our brain, I'm a military coup leader of an African country. The vast majority of my population is living in poverty. I have kill squads, basically death squads, that can go around and find people and do God knows what to them. And I've let people know through hush-hush word of mouth that if anybody doesn't express support for me, they will be eliminated. You guys, none of that sounds suspicious to you? As Black people, you don't think that just maybe there's a possibility that this guy could be terrorizing the people of that country into supporting him? I'm just asking you a question. But we're not even considering the possibilities. And you are an idiot to not consider these possibilities when this has happened in Africa time and time again. Look at the president of Guinea. This guy's living lavish with his sons, driving around in sports cars in Europe. Look at the president of, what is that country right there next to South Africa? What is it called? With Paul Mugabe. You think everybody was just like, we love Paul Mugabe. Is his name Paul Mugabe? I forgot his name. Mugabe, though, the black dude. You think that this guy is just like, everyone's just like, I love him. We never want to overthrow him. Guys, when you have dictatorship, somebody's getting crapped on. In every form of government, politics talk podcast, why don't you come up and tell me where I lost you? I'm putting the link in the comments. I want you, literally it says, prove me wrong. Tell me what solid, concrete evidence can you show me that guarantees that this guy is not a dictator who's fear-mongering people or just instilling fear in his population, forcing them to pretend to support him? And if they support him so totally, why is he so afraid of an election? The man's afraid to even rig an election in his favor. I need for you guys to let me know. Ja Tony said all Africa is supporting Traoré, bro. And most of us in the diaspora support him too. No evidence for what you're saying, sir. Listen, 85% of Black people in America supported Kamala Harris while she was talking about letting grown men with fully intact phalluses go in the bathroom with our daughters. Black people globally are no strangers to supporting incredibly terrible people. There are Black people who were in support of Idi Amin when he was over there genociding people. Stop it. I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not even condemning Traoré. I'm asking you to take a second to at least consider the possibilities. And I wouldn't do that if Burkina Faso and many African countries did not have histories that reflect exactly what I'm talking about here today. Africulture concepts, 100%. Just because you're a Pan-Africanist doesn't mean you've given up your right to think freely. And it's not even free thinking, guys. It's not even free thinking. It's suspicious awareness based on things that have happened in the past. I would be remiss if I did not say, wait a minute, guys. We've seen this story before. We've seen this we've seen this all. I heard it all before. We need to be cautious. And I don't know what we can do. I don't know if we could send a delegation over there or what. But we need to be checking on those people over there. Because they are Africans just like us. And guess what? If there's anybody being abused by Traoré's government, it needs to be exposed. My biggest issue is that there's a media blackout in the country. No one's able to really, he suspended the national media, the media from within his country. He suspended it. Everyone loves me. There's nothing to see here. Really? I compare it to like someone who's holding up a bank or like a store, and then like a cop walks in, but the robber has like a gun to the back of the teller, or like the robber has some hostages in the back, and they're like, if you let anybody know or give any sign that I'm holding this place up, I'm killing everybody in this room. Like, I want to know. Culture shock. The link is right there. I'm not saying you're wrong about the way you feel. I'm asking you, is there any evidence that you have that is leading you to just crown Ibrahim Traoré as the savior of black people globally? That's all I'm asking. We can get offended. We could be ignorant. We could ignore it, or we could have this discussion and we could see if we could come to some common ground. Because I told you guys, I would stall Traoré out. I said I would not criticize Traoré until I saw if he would have those elections in July last year. Well, last year, he didn't have the elections in July. He postponed them. Now this year, when they were supposed to take place this July, all of a sudden, May rolls around. It's May, June, July. That's 3 months. Oh, man, another coup attempt. And there's no evidence that a coup attempt even took place. But I bet you he suspends those elections again. It's looking like a pattern. Medjay, why don't you just come up here? If you look, see, this is the ignorance right here. This is my boy right here from the day one. See you later, B. You're tripping right now. He can't tell me how I'm tripping. All I'm doing is poking holes in the fantasy. And you can't take it, Medjay. You don't know what's going on. You're Medjay, come on, bro. Your country has war right now. That's like me saying, ain't no war going on over there. You're full of crap because the American media isn't talking about it. You want me to pull something up. I want you to pull something up. We both want each other to pull something up. My entire assertion is we don't have enough proof in either direction to really come to a 100% consensus. We have wishful thinking. We hope. Even I hope. You think I want to see another African leader become a dictator who abuses people and destroys or kills or suppresses political opposition? I don't want to see that. Because we're in the age of information and that makes the whole continent look bad. I'm asking you guys as a grown ass man, dog, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing that has you 100% convinced that Traoré is on the up and up? I don't see Burkinabe people on the internet. Do you? I don't see Burkinabe people all over YouTube talking about Traoré being great. And the biggest thing is you don't even look for the supporters because they could bring a couple of people, let them post and say, hey, you better post good things about me. What I look for is opposition. Like, I'll give you an example for you who are not mature enough to know for yourself. The way you know that Donald Trump is not truly a dictator is because of MSNBC, CNN, and damn near every other media outlet that is allowed to exist and heavily criticize him and many times outright lie on him. And Donald Trump doesn't disband their networks. A leader who is truly supported does not get rid of political opposition in unfavorable media. If Donald Trump was a dictator, it would just be Fox News, Patriot News, and Newsmax on a loop all the time. NPR would be gone. All this stuff will be gone. That's not happening. That's not happening in Burkina. I want to see the people. I want to listen to the people who are in support of Traoré, like say Fox News supports Trump. And I want to listen to the people who are in opposition of Traoré, like MSNBC. I even do that here, right? I don't coffee break. I can see a lot of Burkina people in Harlem, New York, but those people are living here. And what I know is people who live in a different place will support something that's hurting the people in the place where they came from. I'm not even talking about democracy, Valid Truth. You don't just have elections in democracy. You do know that, right? You don't just have elections in democracy. There's many types. Hey, Africulture, my bad. I was just talking about I was just opening up this topic, but I'm putting the link back in the comments so you can come up and give your opinion. But yeah, if you guys want to make a comment, it has to be like right now. This is a balance. Everybody is on the side of Ibrahim Traoré. But here's the thing. Somebody has to be skeptical. Somebody has to be looking for evidence. And right now, nobody is. That's the problem. A lot of us are just not honest enough with ourselves to say, you know what? Let me wait and see. Let me get some more information on it. Go ahead, Africulture.
Yeah, man, like I'm on the fence, I'm on the fence because I kind of was agreeing with stuff you were saying a while back, but the truth is the truth, man. Like when you search up the topics, all you see are these headlines that's, positive feedback or positive reports, you know what I'm saying? And when you put two and two together, with the stuff you were saying that basically he getting rid of all the opposition or the people that's gonna speak freely, and possibly say things in the negative, it kind of add up with all the headlines. Like I don't see nothing, that's opposing what he doing. I don't see nobody, talking about stuff that's happening on the ground. They just talk about, these factories and stuff like that. So I mean, you got to use context clues. I ain't saying what you saying is true, but it's a good possibility that could be going on.
Right. There's, like somebody said, a healthy suspicion. That's all I'm saying. Like, let's ask a little more questions. Let's dig a little deeper, because what I fear will happen or could happen is everyone jumps on this guy's nuts. We stop paying attention to Burkina, because that's really what this is all about. People just want a reason to stop paying attention to it. And once we do, there's all types of stuff because what if they go over there and you find out this guy TSM? What if you go over there and some UN or something going there and they like, man, we found freaking mass graves. Then what? Then what? Y'all not going to say, oh, our bad. Y'all going to make up another lie. Oh, that wasn't Traoré. That was somebody else. I'm tired of that. It's not the 80s, guys. We have the World Wide Web. We can find information now. We can dig deep. We can reach people in the country and get information. Stop being mentally lazy. Go ahead, TSM.
Okay. Hey, how are you guys?
What's up?
Can you hear me? Okay. The thing is like about Traoré, because I know very well the case because like I said last time, my family from Mali and my dad from Senegal. Is the next country next to Burkina Faso. They can the same country. They just be all by colonized by French, right?
Okay.
Okay. And the thing is like the important things about Burkina Faso is like Ibrahim Traoré is remind them Thomas Sankara. Do you know Thomas Sankara?
Yeah, yeah. He was assassinated by his own people.
Exactly. Traoré is just he became popular because like it took the same agenda and the same program that Thomas Sankara used to do. Because when Thomas Sankara got killed, he be replaced by someone called Blaise Compaoré. He was in the power for over 35 years, and they get rid of him. Okay, and he
But
now he's. Hmm?
let me ask you a question. See, this is the one thing. So Blaise Compaoré, okay, he killed Thomas Sankara, but the people of Burkina Faso, they love Thomas Sankara so much. But when Blaise Compaoré killed him, they didn't do anything. They just submitted to his rule.
Basically what they tried to do, because Blaise Compaoré was smart enough to make sure everything is so basically he took the power, but he wasn't bad with people. That's the crazy part about it.
But
So
what?
like when
But what I'm
Blaise
saying is,
Compaoré.
this: if someone kills someone who you love, say someone kills
Mhm,
your dog, you're not going to be
mhm.
like, well, the person didn't treat me bad, so it's okay. You're going to want blood. You're going to want
It's true.
revenge.
Yes, but okay, the case is what is very special because like when Compaoré. Okay, when Thomas Sankara got killed, Compaoré was his what I can say. He was his like his
Right
best
hand
friend.
man.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so basically what happened is like Compaoré took the power, but people didn't realize Compaoré was a part of the coup. So basically what happened is like is maybe like 15 years, 20 years later, they got some specific investigation. He got caught 20 years later to be part of the assassination. But like when Compaoré when Thomas got killed, Compaoré took over. People was happy because they used to say, "Hey, Compaoré is a friend of Thomas, so we good with that." He got killed by French people. At least if Compaoré take over, it's gonna be the same like Thomas was trying to do. But like they didn't know. They didn't know like Compaoré was a part of the crew in like oh they know about it only on early 2000, bro. It's crazy.
That's exactly. So there was a lack of information, and I got you, Aunt Jones. There was a lack
Yeah,
of information, so people really didn't even realize that the person who was the current leader was complicit. He was part of the coup that overthrew their beloved leader. And this is what I'm saying, even with this situation right now with Ibrahim Traoré. If you would have looked at Burkina Faso for the past 35 years, you would have thought everything was all good. Everybody loved Compaoré, right? No, there were people who were in opposition to him who didn't like him, but the opposition was suppressed to make it look like everyone was in support of him. That could be taking place right now. But the only difference is back in those days, there was not mass availability of the internet, right? We didn't have the ability to jump online and be connected to the world in 10 seconds. Now that we have that ability, we can't keep operating the same way. There's an old saying, if you knew better, you do better. Now,
yes,
when these overthrows take place, we need to be able to see what's going on via the internet so that the person who's taking over is legitimized in our minds. And they're not doing
exactly.
that in Burkina.
But I want to add something quick before I let somebody talk. Burkina Faso have a country with with a double power. Okay, okay. A lot of people don't know about it, but Burkina Faso they have the president, and they have also a king called the Monsi King, and the Monsi King is a secret like a is a secret governance. Is a kind of king over there. He have a lot of power as a president, but he's not a face of it. So basically, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré is a face, but they are also he need to be confirmed but the king of Morsi, because you know Burkina Faso was the Morsi kingdom. The Morsi
Okay.
kingdom, yeah, a lot of people don't know that, but the Morsi kingdom is still powerful, and the Morsi kingdom have their own king. Today, you can research it online. Actually, the king he have his own office, everything, but he's not a face of the country.
Right. So
Yeah,
Ibrahim Traoré is like the political leader of the country, but the king holds like the cultural power.
yeah, the Morsi king
Yeah.
is over there. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So we don't know if Ibrahim Traoré could be an agent of the Mosi King. Is he the Mosi King?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe because
So
like
you don't know. So
no,
there's a broader dynamic here that I bet you 90% of the people loving Traoré screaming he's the best thing didn't even know that.
yeah, but they don't know that. But yeah, Traoré need to be confirmed by the Morsi king because you know, for example, if you go to Senegal, they got the president, but in Senegal also they have like someone called Touba. Touba is someone like is a spiritual guide over there. He have also a lot of power like as a king. So a lot of West African countries are still have their own king since the colonialism and before the colonialism. When the colonialists took over, they lost power, but like
Right.
spiritually, they're still over there.
Right. Let me get Ant
Yeah,
Jones.
yeah.
What up, Ant Jones? Thank you for waiting, brother.
Yeah, what's good? How y'all doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Listen, y'all going down more rabbit holes than I can count, man. Now y'all now y'all talking about there's a king over there and all of that, man. Listen,
Yeah,
I don't know, I don't know what, I don't know what is going on. Um, but I just read a headline where they said he signed a mineral deal with Russia
Okay.
like not too long ago. But it- but here's the thing, I mean, as far as what I see, I mean, he's putting on a good front as what as he's talking good, but this the thing I can't I'm trying to figure out. Is he a military guy or is he a statesman? Because
Right.
because
he's a
I,
military.
I I would like to see a cabinet as far as even if you're a dictator or you're a quote unquote military general, I think you need to have statesmen around you as far as what I'm saying, how we do it over here is, what I'm saying, have a designation for each what I'm saying, like the agriculture department, the defense department, stuff like that. And I'm
Right.
I'm not see- I'm not seeing that. I don't know. I think it's a kind of egotistical thing because I mean this guy, does he sleep in his military uniform?
Basically, what happened, like they have all of that. Everything you're talking about, they have it. Okay, one thing, one thing you need to know about Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a military country since the 70s. They never have a president really. Burkina Faso since Thomas Sankara since when the colonialism from French ended, the military took over the power. So
Okay, but
basically, like,
this
huh?
I don't mean to cut you, but this the thing with you saying it's a military country. They're not
Yeah,
fighting nobody. How can you be a
no,
military country? How can you be a military
they
country
fight.
who are they fighting?
They fight. They're fighting every coast. For example, like Burkina Faso, they have an issue with every coast because, like Burkina Faso, the communists, the communists, like they partner with Russia, but every coast is the next country next to it is a partner with France. So basically, Burkina Faso need to close the border because, like, if they don't close it, France is gonna take over by another coup. So
Okay,
basically,
but look,
Burkina Faso, they fight the neighbor country like Senegal, like all of that. It's still happening, bro. It's not serious.
bro,
Yeah,
I don't know if you're not understanding what I'm saying. You're talking about the Ivory Coast. I'm not worrying about the Ivory Coast. See,
yes,
No, what he's
people,
saying, hey,
people,
Ant,
people.
wait a minute. Ant, what he's saying is the Ivory Coast is still in cahoots with France. So
No,
they
I
have to
understand that. I understand that. But you got 40% of the country controlled by the Islamists.
60%
So,
now.
yes.
So why are you worrying about the Ivory? That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
Does the
he's
guy
fighting
see?
he's
Go ahead,
fighting
go
the
ahead.
Islamists, but he's not winning against them.
But
Everything I've
that's but
researched yesterday and today, he's lost ground to the Islamists since he's taken over.
but that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you're walking around
Yeah,
every
because
day. You walking around every day in your military uniform. Mind you, his
yes, because you
uniform
can get
is
killed anytime.
bro. Listen, your uniform is clean. If you're a military general, why are you not on the battlefield? That's what I'm talking about. You're not getting
Be,
me.
because
Oh, so
no, no,
that's
no.
why
Listen,
that's
what I'm
why
saying.
that's why that's why I came on here and asked the question, preface the question, is he a military guy or is he a statesman?
Well, the
Because you
thing
can't really
is,
So,
you can't come off the battlefield just firing a machine gun and then just get into your cabinet and start making deals with the for the people. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
I
So
I
understand.
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and you're right, Aunt Jones. Like, bro, if you're gonna be president, take the damn uniform off, put on a suit, and be president. Don't keep on walking around in a uniform. He's doing the same shit that what's his name, Vladimir Zelensky does. He tries to
exactly,
give this
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm
exactly,
constantly at
exactly,
war type look, so I'm battling, bro. Once you
exactly.
decided to become president and then you suspended those elections 2 years in a row, you're president, put on a suit and go be a businessman and go be a statesman and work out deals. Why
E-
are you meeting with
ex-
the president of Russia, embarrassing everybody? You the only person with a damn military uniform and everybody else is wearing a suit. To me, that type of
e-
stuff comes off as unhinged. Like you don't have a really
yeah,
like you're not taking that shit serious, like it's a game in your mind.
That's what I'm saying. I
yes,
don't
but
I
I'm
don't
coming,
understand, man.
guys. I get what you say exactly, but first, no, no, you're right about it. But the thing is, like, first, this is a part of his own brand. Burkina Faso, okay, Burkina Faso people, they like that. They like it. Since Thomas Sankara was the first dressing up like that. He was the first one dressing up like that. And the thing is, like Abu Traoré, so he used to go over there in the front by himself. He used to do it by himself. He's come from that. But what happened is, like, as a part of the brandship and this patriotism, he like dressing up like them because people like it. That's what Burkina Faso people like, people want. They don't,
Bro,
because they've been betrayed so many times by people with a suit, they're selling back the country and they're tired of it.
no, no,
So
no, no. Let's
basically,
see. Okay, go ahead,
So
go ahead, go ahead.
basically, a lot of African country, they're tired of people on foot. They become conservative and they want more people like that, strong with affirmity, because a lot of people try to take over West Africa. So West Africa is a tough place. A lot of people, even the Islamists, want to take West Africa. They got backup from Dubai. They finance them to have
Well,
an
tell me,
arm.
tell me
So
this.
it's tough,
Tell me
huh?
this. I want to get this,
Yeah.
and then we'll let Africulture say something. As a West African with a Senegalese father, do you
Mm.
believe that Ibrahim Traoré is the revolutionary savior that we think he is, or do you believe he is just another dictator?
I believe what happened is he's gonna take some Sankara program and he's gonna left the power. He's gonna left it, but he looking for to make the right transition for it.
So you
That's
think
all.
he's gonna get transition power?
Yeah, it depends with the king. If you have an agreement with the king, yes, he's gonna leave the power. If you don't have an agreement, he's not gonna leave it. So he's gonna leave. He have to leave because like people don't want to reproduce what happened before, and he can't do that anymore. So you have to leave anyway. In the next maybe 5, 10 years, you have to leave.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
if
but
he
let,
go ahead.
let me say this real quick. What do you need a king for if you have no kingdom?
They
Do
do
you have
have
a?
a kingdom.
Well, I'm telling you, man,
Google
this
it.
is backwards. This is backwards,
No,
man. I
no, no,
mean,
no, 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 no. They do
we in
have a
20
kingdom.
we
Google it.
listen. Where you at, bro? You in America?
Yeah,
Okay, see, all right,
here in
all right.
LA.
Listen.
Yeah,
We in 2025. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You telling me the people of
Mm,
Burkina Faso, they like that. They like you walking around in your military. This is an outdated concept, man.
exactly.
I'm not saying the man got to
Because
be
no, no, no.
suited. let me finish. Let me finish. I know you.
Yeah, go
Let
ahead.
me finish because you're not taking an outside step and looking in, man. I'm an outsider
Mhm.
looking in. It's an outdated format. I'm not saying you have to walk around suited and booted up, but do you come out of that attire and put something else on, or you're a military guy? Because if you're a military guy, you should be fighting the jihadists every day, man. That's what we need to see. We need to see pictures of you going at the jihadists every day. If you're a statesman, okay, you make deals with other countries, you know what I'm saying, and you move from that angle. You can't you could do both, but you really don't have time to do both. You know what I'm saying? You either put a cabinet around you or you delegate the military to other generals and let them do that side of the thing, man. You telling me about a king and all that. Yeah, y'all don't need no king because you have no kingdom. If the country is poor as hell, what the hell you need a king? You should have
Okay.
overthrew the king before
Well,
before
that's for culture. That's for cultural reasons and all that. But I want to give you an
Yeah.
example of some of the ignorance that we be dealing with in our community. Somebody in the comments, and I even look at the name. Oh, it's recognized game. He said, "I've never seen George Washington in anything other than a military uniform." Guys, all one needs to do is Google George Washington. In the first 20 pictures, you will not. You out of 20 pictures, you will see George Washington in a military uniform one time, right here to the right. Every other picture is George Washington in his suit, his presidential gear. So what the hell are you talking about, recognized game? You don't know what you're talking about. When you become president, you put down the military gear because you are a diplomat. You are no longer a person who walks in the room and represents fighting and aggression. That's what a military uniform represents. You put on your suit and you delegate that responsibility to someone else.
Exactly. But can you Google also Thomas Sankara? Thomas Sankara, you saw wear some suit sometime. When you used to go
Yeah,
to talking to French president, put it on. He used to wear some suit sometime. Even
Yeah, you
Thomas
don't.
I
Sankara
think dude
himself.
50 military dog.
I,
He
I,
represent
oh,
that junker.
Yeah. Even
Well,
Thomas Sankara used to drop the uniform.
I'll tell you this right now. The uniform is cosplay. It's just like when somebody, like when Colin Kaepernick, he wants you to support him. He wants you to think he's down for black people. So he puts on the leather jacket with the sunglasses and he combs his afro out. He's given the
Exactly.
imagery because for some people, that's all it takes. Some of you guys are so enamored by anything that you believe to be a representation of strength. You see a gun on someone's hip and you automatically equate that person as being strong or powerful. Meanwhile, I'm
Exactly.
thinking, let me hear this guy with a translator talk to the president of Russia so I can hear if this man is intelligent, if this man is capable to go toe to toe with these people diplomatically. I don't hear any of that. I don't see
Mm.
any of that. How do
But
I
do
know
you know?
he ain't just getting in the room and Putin like, look, nigga, you gonna do
Oh.
X, Y, Z, and that's it?
But do you know Traoré been trained in Russia and US, right?
You said what?
Do you know most of Burkina Faso used to send the soldier trained in US, in Russia, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
Thomas
didn't know
Sankara
that.
have been trained in Russia. They been trained
the
from
first
Russia. Those
the
guys been in
first coup
school in
participants
Russia.
were trained by the U.S. The first coup participants were
Yeah,
trained by the U.S.
yeah, because they used to send them to Russia. They used to send them to Cuba. They used to send them sometimes to US. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, please. For example, you can even Google it. Like the Morsi king is still over there. He's having office. Like you need to talk to the king to stay in the power. You know, the king is like Louis Farrakhan out here. The way Louis Farrakhan is, he's the same way. Like kind of spiritual
Oh,
guy. That's it.
Farrakhan. Farrakhan.
Yeah. You see
Yeah,
how
like a
Farrakhan
spiritual
is out here?
advisor.
Exactly. A lot of those countries, Mali, Senegal, every coast, they still have that over there.
Well, this would be in public, recognized game. This is in public. I see a lot of pictures of him in public with a suit. This would be in public. Those are suits. Um, your point is just lost. There's no point of what you were saying. You just said, like, hey, look, okay,
Black
Africulture,
people.
what you think?
Man, I think he's just a young dude. You know, he might have had some good intentions, but I don't really think they coming out successfully. But you know, the headline fool you. You know what I'm saying? It fool you because it's a lot of good shit. You know that floating around on the media. You know, I haven't seen the other stuff you're talking about because I don't even know where to find it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I think he's strictly military. He the junta. He from the junta. You know, that's what it's gonna be, bro. That's what you gonna see. You ain't gonna see no suit.
Yeah, I hope everything is on the up and up with the guy. I hope that this guy is like really about to do this stuff that he says he's gonna do. But I hear a lot of talk. But when I am Googling factories being built in Burkina, all this stuff, I'm not seeing any of that. Like, I might be searching the wrong thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen nothing either besides the little, you know, the little YouTube videos and some headlines, you know. But like when you look for detail, you don't see it, dog.
I see
Yeah, no, it's a
pictures.
yeah. Burkina Faso have a lot of issue, but I believe in this. I believe in not maybe a Traoré or 99, 100%, but I believe in Burkina Faso people. They're very like they're different from the other West African country in a way. Like they're proud of themselves. They're very proud of themselves, you know. And like I believe Burkina Faso, they don't need too much. They can keep, they can keep fighting, try to make the country well. Actually, Burkina Faso is poor, but it used to be one of the cleanest countries in West Africa at the moment, back in the day. So I believe Burkina Faso is gonna catch up, you know.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
I don't. Yeah.
go ahead, Aunt Jones.
No, I'm saying. I mean, this is an outdated concept, man. I mean, what West Africans is moving very sloppy. You know what I'm saying? First of all, Burkina Faso, they not coming up by themselves, man. I see. This the thing. This the thing that gets me tired with black people, man. Especially on the continent, man. You can't do it by yourself, man. Yo, you got countries out there with aircraft carriers, man. You got countries out there that can bomb you from space, man. This man is walking around in a military uniform. You know what I'm saying? And he's advertising building simple stuff that should have been built 50 years ago. I don't want to hear all of that, man. But Burkina Faso is a proud people. No, I don't want to hear that, man. What you need to do, take your pride and shove that in the toilet, man. You know what I'm saying? How many people over there in Burkina Faso? 20, 30 million?
Or maybe less. We need to Google it about it.
Listen, China got 1
Probably.
billion people, man. China can come in there and roll over the whole damn country, man. This is not a game out here, man. You got the blueprint. You say you're Pan-Africanism. You said you're fighting for the people. Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso. Until I see y'all link up all into one military and one people, all this is just a bunch of clown show, man. This is
But
parading around the place. You know what I'm saying? It's like who wants to be the big fish in the small pond, man? That's all y'all three
because you saw they got a
dudes is doing.
unity. You saw the unity between Mali, Niger, and
I'm
Burkina
I'm done.
Faso.
I'm done.
They
I'm done.
did that.
See, you're missing
What?
the
No, I get your
bro.
point,
You're
but it's a
missing the
step by
point,
step.
man.
You know, it's a step by step. But I
Step
saw they
by
got a
step.
union between. Yeah, because Africa come from like a lot
Bro,
of issue, bro.
bro,
You know. Yeah,
bro.
go
No,
ahead.
that's an excuse. That's an excuse, man. We are in 2025, man. It didn't take the Chinese 100 years to come up, man. All you have to do is have a ideological concept where everybody looks at themselves at each other, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put down the prideful thing down. You gotta put down the tribal thing down, and you gotta say, look around you, man, because you got the jihadists. You know what I'm saying? They coming from the north, man.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But who financed the jihadists? How
I
they get
want
the
to
I,
money
play.
from?
Yeah, we
all
don't
right,
know.
bro. I'm done. I'm done.
We don't know who's
Yeah.
finance. We don't know who's financing them. But what I do know is if Ibrahim Traoré took over that country, he needs to have a solution for fighting them.
Exactly. That's why you have a
Like
I
bucket
thought
with Russia.
I
You
thought
have no
them boys
choice.
was El Daesh. I thought them boys was ISIS and shit. They was associated with ISIS.
Yeah, you know.
Monzo is getting connected in the back. Monzo, no one can see you right now, but once your camera connects, please show me your face in the background because I have some white dudes like trying to do some weird stuff on my channel. Let me play this video by Wodi Maya to add a little context here.
I believe that the entire continent of Africa can emulate. I mean, when you have a leader that really cares about his people, he makes sure that he delivers. Guess what? Will you believe if I tell you that the entire country of Burkina Faso could only boast of 3,000 kilometers paved road from independence till now? Will you believe me? Will you believe me? I mean, a country called Botswana could boast of 3,000 kilometers when the British left them. But the French left, a government came to power. See, that's the construction going on. A government came to power for over 27 years. How old is this country? The country, the independence since 1960. 1960? Yeah. And the country could only boast of 3,000 kilometers. 3,000 kilometers, I'm telling you. Is it true?
Yeah, it's true. As Wodimai was saying, since the independence up to today, we had just 3,000 something paved roads. But now, with the coming of Traoré, they are planning to pave 5,000 kilometers per year. This is insane. This is unbelievable.
How are they achieving that?
Yeah, they bought all the equipment because the government doesn't want anymore to let any company be in charge of this. So they bought all the equipment to do it by itself. The government is in charge of building all those roads that you can see.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. As you guys, maybe some of you saw the equipment coming from Ghana.
Okay.
People made a lot of videos about it. So the equipment are here. The government is taking care of constructing or building the roads because sometimes they give it to private companies and they take forever to finish some roads. So the government is now taking care of building the roads with their own equipment and everything. So that's what's happening.
And one of the most exciting thing about this whole road construction in Burkina Faso, the fact that the government bought all the equipment, trained the youth to operate this equipment. So literally, it's the people of Burkina Faso building the country for the people of this beautiful country.
The country is under construction.
Burkina Faso indeed is under construction because I am here and I'm seeing roads being constructed. I am here and I'm seeing factories being built. I am here and I'm seeing entrepreneurs coming out saying that this is their first time. I mean, feeling so proud about their country to do business in their country. This is a revolution, and I believe that a revolution like this needs to be supported. My name is Wadamaya, an African content creator on a journey to celebrate African excellence. I'll see you all in the next one. What is really happening in Burkina?
Okay, so Wodi Maya went down to Burkina Faso. He's given a video. I like that. I like the video. I like that there's media being allowed into the country, someone as big as him, to highlight what's going on. I want to see, so once I see that, I like that. But like I said before, I want to also see the criticisms. I want to see the opposition to the government. Hey, we don't like XYZ. This is what our claims are. It doesn't mean that what they say is true. It just means that you're allowing for opposition to exist. That legitimizes you. That doesn't make you, that doesn't delegitimize you. Go ahead, Africulture, if you got something.
Yeah, that's a good sign right there. I think I seen that. I had passed by that video, but I ain't really paid attention to it. Yeah, I agree. That's a good sign. But yeah, I'm just, like I said a while back. I'm just sitting back and seeing what's happening. With these jihadists and all that. If they don't if they don't alleviate that problem, then the country just gonna get destroyed over again. So
Yeah, but Brandon, you're totally right. I'm agree with you when you say we need to see opposition. You're right about it.
Yeah, I mean, and people think that I'm coming up here to shit on Ibrahim Traoré. I'm not. I haven't talked about Traoré in a whole year
No,
because
you're
I
right.
said I'll stall him out
You're right.
until these elections happen. But if bro just keep
Hey,
canceling the
I'm,
elections, go ahead.
and I remember because like you know what I'm agree with you on that one because I remember uh, if you saw even in the 70s, you remember Sekou Touré from Guinea.
Yeah, yeah,
So Sekou Touré was an amazing president. He was the president of Guinea, okay, the French Guinea. And what happened? He created their own money. So basically, he get rid of France. He created their own money, okay. And what happened is like he get sick of the power. When he got sick of the power, he start to become communist and kill his own people because he was scared to be betrayed. So he was starting good, but he ended up bad. And Sekou Touré was one of the best presidents in the 70s, but he ended up very bad because he closed the country and he become stupid about it.
yeah. Hey, and that happens. Look at Idi Amin. Idi Amin was a really good president at first, and then he started getting paranoid and start slaughtering people. The whole thing is this: somebody said I want CNN and Fox News over there. That's not true. I want you over there. Why don't y'all get y'all passports and go over there and go on vacation and make a bunch of videos and come back and put them on the internet? Like that's what I would think would be the most telling truth, right? Like the most
criticism,
honest
Yes,
perspective.
yes,
criticism,
yes.
Yeah.
And
criticism
until
ain't hate,
today,
man.
because of Sekou Touré, Guinea have still their own money. He's the only one French African money who have their own money. So basically, if you got $1, you got one money from Guinea is $10 over there, and they have their own print money. But yeah, he ended up bad because like he was getting sick of the power. Like Ibrahim Traoré, maybe he's not, maybe he is, but he becomes sick of it. And Sekou Touré, almost like he died like that, man. He was starting to lock up a lot of people, starting to put in jail all the opposite and stuff like that. So I get what you said, Brandon. You're totally right. We need to see both sides.
No, yeah, and I just and this is what I'm challenging people to do. Like I was on Dynasty's channel, it was just a straight glaze-a-thon. It's nothing wrong to cheer for bro to do good. He ain't did nothing to me personally. But what I'm saying is like, okay, you took the government. Let us see a little bit of what you're doing. And if I was him, I would invite delegations from different African countries to like Jas, I would invite different delegations from other countries to come over and talk with them and stuff so they can say, you know what? He did take over in a junta, but he's doing a lot of great things for his country, and he's doing way more than the guys before him were doing. Go ahead, IAS Productions.
Yeah, Brandon, thanks for having me. I don't think he needs to do that because that's his country. I mean, America is America. Burkina Faso is Burkina Faso, independent country. They don't need to prove
But
themselves to nobody.
that's the people's country, not his country specifically.
Now, yeah, it's Burkina. It's not. It's Burkina country. It's the Burkina people's country. Like, it's just like, why is America so concerned about that place? You know what I mean? Because I mean, I don't understand that. He doesn't need to prove himself to
America
nobody.
not
You know what I
concerned
mean?
about Burkina, bro.
You said what now?
America not concerned about Burkina.
But why they
Only
send
Pan
their
Africans are.
general over there? Why the general? Why they talking about him in the Senate hearing? Why the general talking about him? They're
The
not
general
concerned
is just
about him.
making a statement about what he thinks is going on there. That doesn't mean he's about to go invade Burkina Faso.
Well, he's been trying though, because that's why he went over there to Ivory Coast and talked to the Ivory Coast leader. That's why he went over there like 2 days ago.
So you have proof that he's trying to invade Burkina.
Yes, it's proved.
Where
It's already been proven.
give me
He said,
some citation.
"Oh my goodness, it's been going on for." You guys just came about. You guys don't know anything about that area. You guys just talking
What do you
based
know?
on.
Well, look, this is what you do. Since you know
Bring
we
the
don't know
receipts,
any
my
wait,
boy.
since you don't know what we know, right?
No, no,
Even
no,
though
no.
we
The
hold
burden of
on real
proof is on you, man.
wait a minute, IS. We got a brother who is from West Africa, who's from right in Senegal. He's saying what we're doing is smart. He's like, yeah, you guys do want to analyze both sides. You can't just get caught up in the hype train. You got to make sure that everything's on the up and up. You're saying, hey, stop even questioning anything. Trust everything.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say don't
You
question
just
nothing.
said
I'm just saying you guys don't have valid information about that
bro.
place. You know what I mean?
Bro, we are
But you
seeking
ain't about
information. We're seeking information. You don't have the facts of what's going on in Burkina Faso either.
Neither does you. You don't have the fact. You don't have the facts because you're just talking. Even that
What
African
fact
guy,
do
he
you
doesn't know
have?
anything.
Tell me a
Like,
fact.
he just come out here and talk on
All
nonsense.
right, listen. Okay,
Yes.
Tell me what you know for a fact about Burkina Faso.
What I know for a fact from my own investigation that I've already seen through, you can go on YouTube here and type it through what I know already.
So you did a YouTube investigation?
No. I'm saying you can go on YouTube and you have people that they're on the ground. It's telling you, it's showing you videos about the malls they just built there, about the vehicle
they just built,
the malls, shopping malls, and the vehicles they have an electric vehicle they just build there. They selling, you know what I mean, all through those nations. You talking about Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. They just build an electric vehicle that all three of these nations are using right now. He just built a tomato factory over there. You can see, you can go on YouTube right here. You see that, you can see it on video. You can see videos of that right now.
Okay,
you can see all those things that.
But
You know what I mean?
Listen to me. What? Can you hear me, guys? Okay.
Go ahead, man. We'll listen to you.
What you're talking about, Brandon? We got it. You think like everything is alright in Burkina Faso and what's going on is very well. I'm with you, but you have to understand something. When like the U.S. general went over there, it was a part of AFRICOM. Do you remember when Barack Obama sent like to put a military base in Djibouti? I think it was in Djibouti or it was like Central Africa to supervise West Africa.
It was in the jail. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was in the jail.
So exactly. The program is called AFRICOM. It's a U.S. military base in Africa. That's what you're talking about. And so basically when the US go to Africa and they have a report from the general who's in charge of like the Department of Africa, they talk about Burkina Faso, but like Brandon said, and he's right, that doesn't mean they try to invade Burkina Faso, but they just check it out and what's going on over there. But from that
man, you got to understand, when Burkina Faso kicked out the French, right? The French can't do anything right now, so because the French is bogged down with we already seen Ukraine. Ukraine already sent their own terrorist group over there to attack. So we already seen that. So they've been trying to take that guy out forever.
What does that have to do with the United States? You're moving the goalpost.
The U.S. and Burkina, they're all working together.
No, you're assuming that. You have no proof of that.
I'm not assuming anything. That it's the same tactics it's the same tactics they use against Gaddafi.
You have no proof that the United States is in collusion with France and Ukraine to take out Ibrahim Traoré. You don't have proof of that.
And don't forget Ivory Coast either, because that guy is a snake over there.
That's totally fine, but you have no proof that AFRICOM is currently planning to engage with Burkina. There's really no need. AFRICOM is in countries that are making money, like Kenya, not Rwanda, Kenya, Nigeria, and stuff like that. They're over there training troops.
Nah, they're over there training in some kind of T group or so, whatever you call them.
And AFRICOM is dead in Kenya because I go there all the time.
I've been in Kenya all the time too.
And they have a huge base in Kenya, and Kenya actually got safer once AFRICOM was in there helping them fight those Somali terrorists over there on the border.
If you want to believe that.
No, I know. Wait. Okay, let me see. This is what I'm saying. We be ignorant on a lot of stuff. Before AFRICOM entered into Kenya, you had terrorists. There was shootings in malls, car bombings. It was unsafe. Since AFRICOM came into Kenya, there hasn't been any reports of anything that the terrorist related that has happened in Kenya.
Brandon, you can believe whatever you want to believe.
No, this is a fact that I know. This is a fact. Tell me the incident since AFRICOM's been in Kenya, the terrorist attack that's taking place in Kenya.
No, Kenya has been saved before Africa get there. You know.
No, it wasn't because they just. No.
It's been safe. It's been safe for a long time, man.
All right, man. All right. So there was no killing. Wait, hold on. So there was no terrorist attack in a mall in Kenya.
Other than the Westgate Mall that they attacked like years ago. That's only about 20 years ago, something like that.
And how long has AFRICOM been in Kenya?
It hasn't been there that long, you know what I mean?
Bro, There was a 1998
No,
bombing.
that was before
Wait,
Obama came to
let
power.
me
Before
finish.
that,
Let me
you know
finish.
what I mean?
Obama ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. There was bombings in 98, bombings in 2022. There was the terrorist attack you talking about was in 2000. There was 3 terrorist attacks, 2011, 2012, 2013 and 14. So there were 4. And then 2013, there was a terrorist attack. Since that time, that's when AFRICOM came in and started working with the Kenyan government to keep the country safe.
No. Kenya has been saved way before that, man. Come on.
Man. Listen, man, I'm gonna say it to you again because you're not listening with your ears. There was terrorist attacks damn near on a yearly basis, leading all the way up until 2014. When did AFRICOM enter Kenya? And that's when the terrorist attacks stopped. And then guess what? Kenya GDP went so high, it went from being a third world country to a developing country. So
No. That's not even true, man.
What we
That's
see,
not even true, bro.
You're wrong. You're wrong. And what
That's
I'm
not
saying,
true.
okay, it's not true. This is a lie, but y'all can look this up. Since AFRICOM came into Kenya, Kenya's economy has exploded because they no longer have to worry about fighting terrorists. Tourists go into that country by the droves because they feel safe now.
You know what?
Right.
When the last time you went to Kenya, Brandon?
I go to this year twice.
Because I just came from there last month.
This year
you know
twice. What is your point?
Because I just you know why Kenya is safe? You already know. You know why Kenya is, it has nothing to do with AFRICOM.
Okay.
You yourself know Kenya, everywhere you go, you have security. Even if you want to go to the mall, they check you everywhere you go.
And do you know who implemented those measures? Do you know who helped the government?
It's the Kenyan government. It's the Kenyan government that implemented that.
Kenyan government working with AFRICOM, bro.
No, it has nothing to do with AFRICOM. It's the Kenyan government, bro.
But
for Africa.
Well, yeah, but
go ahead.
Okay.
Can I make a couple of points?
I never heard the Kenyan complain about AFRICOM. I never heard about it.
They love it. I mean, those Kenyans love AFRICOM.
So what if they love it? I mean, they could just be partnering on other things, but they have nothing to do with internal security in the country.
No, you're wrong.
But honestly,
no, let me give you an example. Hold on real quick. So first of all, this dude is lying. Let me tell you, one time I was in Kenya, this was like 2 years ago. There was a guy who was driving from Lamu, Kenya, which is on the border in Somalia, to Nairobi. The United States military surveillance picked up on that guy, right? They told the Kenyan police in Nairobi, they said, you need to intercept this guy before he gets into the interior of the city, to the CBD. You need to stop him and search him. The Kenyan government found the guy. I mean, the police, they found the guy. They stopped the car. They searched that car up and down. They say he has nothing. The United States military, AFRICOM, was like, take that guy into custody. Because unfortunately in Africa, they're not very thorough at certain things. That's just the way we are as a people. So they said, take that car to an auto shop, dismantle the car. Inside the engine of that car, they found a big ass bomb where bro was about to blow that car up in the middle of the CBD. What do you mean? AFRICOM is working. Just because you have romanticized feelings about white people, Africans, you in this war in your mind, that's not keeping people from getting blown up. AFRICOM is work. Wait a minute. AFRICOM is working. That's why Africans love AFRICOM.
No, Africans don't love AFRICOM.
You don't speak for all Africans. You speak for you.
But you don't speak for all Africans either.
But I speak for the ones that
because have you seen the report from the Senate, from USAID, what they doing in Nigeria, what they did in Nigeria from Trump? Have you seen that when they were sponsoring the terrorist group in Kenya? I mean in Nigeria? You don't see that, right? Let's talk about that.
Okay, we'll talk about it. But let me tell you this. You could talk about what USAID found, right? That's cool. But you know who did all that shit? The Democrats, who all these black people in this group voted for. So
who set up AFRICOM in Kenya? It's Democrats, right?
No.
Who set it up on there?
No.
So it's the same U.S. government, though. It doesn't matter what party set it up.
It does matter. It does matter.
It doesn't matter because to us,
you're gonna say it doesn't matter because it doesn't fit with the narrative that you're trying to
No, 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 no.
Trying to
I'm not.
sell
Look,
on
look,
people.
look, look. I'm a supporter for Trump. Okay, I like Trump better than Democrats. But I'm saying based on the government, the U.S. government, it doesn't matter how you feel it in. It's the U.S. government that set it up over there. So you know what I mean?
You're not going to tell me that Africa is better with malls getting shot up, people getting blown up in central business district, and all that. You're being ignorant at that point. If it wasn't working, the African government, Kenyan government wouldn't have them there because they're paying them to be there.
Is it there for
True.
other things, but not for internal security, Brandon?
But honestly,
No matter how you trying to
honestly,
fit it in.
All right, let me
honestly,
TSM make a quick point. Then we go to Aunt Jones.
yeah, honestly, the last 20, I can't say the last 20 years, maybe 30 years, Kenya being well. Kenya
Super
doing
good.
well.
But it's not
They're doing
because of
super good,
AFRICOM.
honestly.
Okay, what is it because of?
Yeah.
What is it
It's
because
because,
of?
it's because of the Kenyan government, what they're doing. You know what I mean? So you already been there, Brandon. You've been to Kenya many times. You already see all the security apparatus they have around the country. Everywhere you go, they got security. Even if you go to a mall, they got security. Even if you go to just a grocery store, they got security everywhere.
Who do you think trains the Kenyan military and police forces? Who do you think trained them for that anti-terrorism?
I don't know who trained them. I don't. You trying to act like if the US don't train you don't know nothing.
No, I'm not saying that. That's just the way it is. I'm not cheerleading one side or the other. I'm just saying, look, the United States is training them on their counterterrorism. So we got to stop painting with a broad brush, man. I'm telling you, countries are thriving because of AFRICOM being there, helping them with their security. Why are you mad? If you're safe and the country's getting richer and the people could go to work and have a job and stuff, why does it matter who's helping them get there? I'm asking you that question. Why does it matter? IAS Productions.
The US is the
It's
one
all that romantic black pride
I'm
shit. That's
asking
all
you,
it is.
IAS Productions.
If the US is the one helping them out, that's all good. It don't matter. But I'm saying in this case, it's not. If not the US, why say it's the US? That's what I'm saying.
That's who it is. So, listen,
Can I make-
listen.
Okay,
Listen,
Brandon. Let me just.
wait.
I'll just give you
I
this
just
one,
looked
okay?
it up.
Because
Wait,
I'm not gonna
I just
argue
looked
it
it
up.
up. I just looked it up. The key
Okay.
training parties of the Kenyan counterterrorism forces, the FBI, and AFRICOM. And then there's another group called the Islamic Military Counterterrorism Coalition that works in connection with the United States, the FBI, in Germany. What are you talking about?
But that's you gotta give credit still to the Kenyan government though.
No, of course I give credit to the Kenyan government for
Kenyan
having
government
the
don't want
wisdom.
the US can't be there though.
Listen, I give Kenya credit for the government having the wisdom to say, you know what? We need safety and security for the sake of progress. And Kenya is it's the best country in Africa by far. And
it's not the best. It's not the best country, but I love it.
It's the best.
I love
To me,
Kenya. It's not the best country, but I love it.
To me, it's the best, and to me, it's one of the safest. You don't got to worry about that crap anymore in Kenya. And I'm gonna give all parties credit. I love the government because even though they disagree, they ain't acting like typical Africans fighting and slaughtering each other. They got past that. That did.
You don't know anything about the Kenyan government. Then
that happened.
How about people going missing over there?
You didn't let me get my point out. That has happened in previous elections.
No, it happens right now, bro.
But these past elections have seen some of the lowest rates of election violence in history. Okay. Also, they're keeping the people safe. They're getting Kenyans employed, and they're not selling off the whole country while doing it.
No.
Gotta give credit where credit is due.
Kenya is a good country. Kenya is a good country, like you said. It's one of the best countries in Africa, but it's not the best country. But it just depends on the person.
The best I've been to. It's way safer than South Africa by far.
That's a fact. You know what I mean? But so Kenya is a good country because I've been there. I just came from there last month, so you know what I mean. I'm going back. You know what I mean? So obviously it's a good country.
We know you going back because the U.S. is making it safe for you. Go ahead,
No.
Jones.
Yeah, let me make some quick points, man. It's like culture just said, man. This is some romanticizing pride or something, man. But you can argue back and forth with this brother because he's sitting over here in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? While hating on the white man in Africa. So I mean, that's like an oxymoron. But let me make a couple of points. But you showed the video from Watermeyer. I mean, I don't know what that. If you're building a dirt road, that's cool, but that's not how you really build a road, man. I don't see no structure going on. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You got the guy, you got the young boy running behind the machine with
Do
a
you know how to
shovel in
build
his
a road?
hand.
Do you know how to
Let
build
me
a road?
finish,
Have you ever
bro,
built a
Let him
road?
finish. Let him
bro,
finish. Let
bro,
him
bro,
finish. You
bro,
talk for a long time.
bro. No, I don't know how to build a road, but you know what I'm saying? I deal with machines and all that, man. You know what I'm saying? I know the technological process, man. You got one loader out there, you know what I'm saying? You got the dude running behind with a shovel, no hard hat on, no boots. I ain't see no gloves. I don't see no construction going on, man. That's just a propaganda video, man. And second of all, he made a statement in the beginning when he came up talking about they building tomato factories and they're building malls. If the people are poor, what do they need a mall to shop in? And what are you building a tomato factory to do? What? To throw tomato cans at the jihadists? This is
Shut up,
the
man.
You know what? You know,
no.
and this is the
Let me,
cloud that
bro.
we
Let
have
me
here.
finish,
You know
bro.
what?
Let me
Let him
You
finish.
finish.
gotta investigate
Hey,
first before you come out here and
IAS.
spill your cloud.
IAS. Even if you don't agree, he has a right to make his point, just like you did. Go ahead.
Yeah,
That was funny as hell, though.
I tell you, man. As the days go by, man, I'm just losing more and more hope, man. I'm about to jump ship, man. I can't do it with black people, man. Because we in
No,
2025,
you need
man.
to lose hope
Oh my God,
because
bro.
you
Hey,
don't want
Ant
anything.
Jones is a certified tether, so he for sure ain't FBA. So y'all can't use that crap.
You got him there, man. But listen, man, this is ridiculous, man. We in 2025, man. I don't think Traoré needs to be worried about building tomato factories, man. When you got 50% of the country being ran through by Islamists, man. You got your priorities wrong, brother. So I can't understand where you're coming from. Talk about that.
Okay, let me ask you this
Talking about.
question.
Let me finish. I'm almost done. I don't understand I don't understand why you talking about it on that level. And number two, like I said, man. See, you might not be familiar with this Pan-Africanism concept or even the concept of your own history.
I'm not even
But
Pan
this
African. What you talking about?
okay, all right. You're not privy to your own history. Because if you knew
I am
history,
privy to my own history. You not,
okay,
obviously.
so history is repeating itself. History is repeating itself.
It's between
Do
yourself
you know how? Do
because we
you
got
know
weak
how?
people like yourself.
Do you know how West Africa damn near fell, and you lost all that territory? You know what I'm
It's because
saying?
people like you don't want to fight. You scared. That's
Wait,
all it
bro.
is.
Wait, bro. Let him finish his point, and then you can
No,
respond.
he's
All I'm
asking me
saying is,
questions. I'm
man.
answering him. So
All I'm saying is, while the Islamists has been plotting and scheming for the last 500-600 years, you keep building those tomato factories, and let's see how it works out for you.
Hey, wait.
The
Let me
most funny
address this
part of it
comment.
is that Ibrahim Traoré is Muslim himself.
Yeah, I know that's crazy. I don't understand how Muslim governments are fighting Muslim exchange. That's crazy. Let me read this from my girl. Okay, white Americans helping African countries with security, great. Nothing is new there. It's always been like that. Anthony, the FBA, shut up. He ain't got no damn roads, maybe by FBA in his backyard. But listen, Eagle Eyes, you know I love you, but he's not FBA. Anthony is from Ireland. He's from an island. He's just from New York, so he got that New York accent. But I have to say, there is a lot of truth in what he's saying. Yes, the ideas are outdated, but that is Africa. You will see some crazy stuff, but they will get the job done. In the defense of Burkina, you might see some crazy stuff, but you'll go back there in a week or a month and that road will be built. I know from personal experience because by my land, there was dirt road. They started a road project. I flew home. 2 months later, went back, and there was a very nice tarmac road running from the city all the way past my land. So they do get the job done, but it just looks different than America because they just don't have the same access to the equipment and basically the same budget. So you got to go out there and use what I like to call nigga power, a dude with a shovel out there doing what he should be doing with a bulldozer. But it does get done. So you can't knock him there. But that tomato can joke was hilarious. Yes, it's been. We can all agree that the tomato shit was funny.
Yeah, can I answer? Can I answer him now? Because he said he addressed me, so I wanna answer him real quick.
Go ahead. You got 2 minutes to respond.
No. I said the reason Burkina Faso or West Africa is the way it is because of people like Jones. You know what I mean? Because he's scared. He's run away. He went to. He said he's where now? He's in Ireland, right? You say he's
He's
in
in New
Ireland,
York.
or what? In New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
So where is he from? Is he from the island?
He's from Antigua or something like that.
Nah,
Antigua. Okay.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. My family come from the islands. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which island?
My mother's from Jamaica and my father's from Antigua.
Okay, I
Okay.
knew it. I knew it. I know
I'm
enough
from
about
Brooklyn,
you.
New York.
So yeah, FBA Teta, you Teta him to white people in there in
He's a
America. Okay, that's
TBA, dude.
Listen, I'm
all right.
tethered to myself, man. I'm
No, you
tethered to
Teta to the
myself.
white people in America. That's what you
I'm
doing, man.
tethered.
He's
Listen,
a FBAT.
bro.
Yeah,
I'll go over there,
you're on the
bro.
FBA side, man. Okay, let me answer your question, man.
All right. Let me answer your question. I'll go over there and fight with you, man. I'll fight with
No,
you,
you
man.
too coward, man. You're a coward person, man. Go to Jamaica and free Jamaica from whatever
Man, y'all
problem you got
dudes
go
ain't
over there.
going nowhere. Stop with the coward stuff. Ain't nobody jumping on no plane to go beat up nobody.
I know he's not gonna come over here. He's a coward, you know what I mean? So
Are you in Africa right now?
no, I'm not in Africa right now. I just came back.
Where are you at?
I'm in the US right now.
So why you said
See,
over here like you in
see?
Africa?
No, I was serving the US military over there. That's what I was
Bro,
there for.
oh, the US military. So your bosses. So you're a disgruntled employee.
I was actually a Marine, you know what I mean? So
Oh my God. Ain't it always these ones? I
no.
actually helped
It's because
kill
I know
in the
I just wanna
military, but I hate it. Like, stop.
no,
You like
I
Afro
don't hate America. It's just that you guys are giving me misinformation. That's why I want to correct.
Hey, the
You know
Bible
what I mean?
says that what's done in the dark
Okay,
comes to
bro.
light. Boy, you a whole U.S. soldier. You a whole commando. Boy,
I'm
you
not
a
a
whole
soldier. I'm a
Navy
Marine, man.
SEAL.
I'm not a soldier. I'm a Marine. So you
You
gotta
a
get
whole
Why did you
Navy SEAL out here.
why did you call me a coward though? I don't understand that. Why did you call me a coward?
because
That's it.
you're scared to go over there and fight. You're scared to fight in your own country in Jamaica. Jamaica right now is sieged by gang
Jamaica's
members.
not a
Bro,
country.
see,
It's
hold on.
America.
Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that, man. Let me
Go ahead.
respond
I'm
to
listening. Go ahead.
that. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I'm a 49-year-old grown man.
So that
I'm
don't mean
not a
anything. I'm 44
let me
years
no,
old. So what's
let me
up?
bro, just let me finish. I'm
40,
not making no
two
I'm not
40-year-olds and can't even let each other
I'm not
talk.
I'm not making no defamatory statements towards you. I'm just expressing my ideologies, man. I'm a 49-year-old grown man. Yo. You know what I'm saying? I understand the concept of black nationhood, man, globally. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in Jamaica, I ain't got no power over that, man. I am not Jamaican, man. I can only do what I can do in America for me and my family
But you were
and
born
do
there, right? Were you born in
bro, let me
Jamaica?
finish. See, this the problem, man. Listen,
We're
I'm not
having a
listen.
conversation.
Let him finish.
So
He was
so
born in America.
what are you asking me, man? What are you asking me? Because you asked me a ridiculous question. I just told you where my solidarity lies at, man. You're telling me to go to Jamaica and fix Jamaica. I did not tell you. I did not come on here and told you. You know what I'm saying? I intended to go fix Africa or Jamaica, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. If you got the jihadists moving southward for the last 500-600 years, you can understand the problem and where this is going. You know what I'm saying?
I understand
First,
that problem, man.
okay,
We are calling police out here.
the only way to fix this problem is for that whole west block of Africa to put down their pride and unite and take care of the
Well,
problem.
they're doing that right now. They're doing that's why they have the AES
Okay,
right now.
all right,
So where's gonna
okay,
do it? Nigeria is
all
not
right.
gonna do it.
I'll
Ivory
let
Coast is
you
not
talk.
gonna
Go
do
ahead.
it. Ghana is not gonna do it. So that's why they step up and doing it right now. So what's your problem with that?
I don't think he has a problem with it.
He seems to have a problem with that
I
because he
think
doesn't know what's going on.
I think you guys have this mindset like if anyone criticizes anything in Africa, they hate Africa. No, I actually love Africa. I'm gonna
No,
spend the rest of my life there, so I wanted to get in order before I end up stuck there getting freaking shot by terrorists.
no,
So
Brandon, you misunderstood me. Okay, I'm not saying you hate Africa. I'm saying you guys spreading misinformation. That's why I'm here to correct
I didn't
that.
spread one piece of misinformation on this whole show. Please don't start with that. I asked a
Okay,
question.
Yeah,
like John said, it's talking like those guys are not fighting those jihadists. You know what they're doing. You know what Mali's doing fighting. You know they fight. Let me tell you now, between Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, they're the only ones fighting those jihadists from suppressing all the black people coming all the way down to Ghana. If they're not fighting right now, that war is coming down to Nigeria. They just want to suppress them down there. They're the only ones holding them up there. Okay, let me tell you that now. You don't know anything. What you talking about?
They need to get together and make a combined force and get those terrorists up out of there.
And
Go
what?
ahead, TSM.
That's what they're doing right now.
Go ahead, TSM.
Okay, I think we all Pan-Africanists in certain way, all right? So I believe like it's all good. The most important thing is like we have to retain about the conference today is like it's okay to criticize Traoré because like he's not perfect. He have a lot of things to work on it, and also it's true we should not be emotional about Traoré and just say, hey, oh, everything Traoré does is good. No, it should be double check, and we should double check on what he does, what kind of executive order he does, what kind of partnership with Russia he does, because it's true he can fall on a trap like the last president since the last 30 years in Africa did. So I think it's all good. The most important thing is like I wish we have more communication about what's going on really well in West Africa and what kind of the dictatorship or politically they're gonna be in the future.
Hey, I do agree with Aunt Jones about the Wody Maya video. I do think Wody Maya is a bit of a propagandist. I think they bring him to certain places to shed a positive light, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not judging if everything's all good based on a Wody Maya video just talk about construction. Like I said, the only way you're really gonna know is if you hear what the people who don't support Traoré say, because those people will at least say like, yo, he's not doing like genocide, but he's not democratically elected. At that point, I could say, okay, but he's still doing all these great things for the country, and you guys weren't doing shit, so we're gonna let him ride and do what he has to do. You gotta let the opposition breathe.
But branded opposition in America against Trump. Do you think they're ever gonna say anything good about Trump?
No, and they don't have to. Listen.
Never.
IS, we are adults here. They not saying nothing good about Trump, but listen very closely with your ears and not your feelings. The fact that Trump allows the opposition to exist means he is not a dictator. When you are eliminating opposition, shutting down the media because they're not saying what you want them to say, that screams dictatorship.
When has Ibrahim Traoré done that?
Bro, he suspended all media in that country. You don't know that?
I know that because those media is the Western media. They're trying to
no.
Just like General Langley is doing. Just like General Langley is doing. That's what they're trying to do to him.
See, he didn't just suspend the Western media. He even suspended the domestic media, except for a few, like one or two radio stations.
If he has to do that to get the country together, he needs to do that then.
So do you think that okay, so let me ask you this question. So not letting someone walk around with cameras, equipment in your country, you need to do that. Like someone with a camera and sound equipment in your country is going to overthrow your government.
You know what, Brandon? Those people are working for the terrorist group. So if you can send them out of there, because the place is a security threat right now. So it's a war zone right now because when you fight in a war, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Listen,
do you think the US will allow any type of media in America? Why did the US why did the US ban African Stream then? If that's
no, stop. It's all types of African media companies.
No, they banned that. They banned African Stream because they were reporting.
No, they did not. There's even African correspondents in the White House.
Come on, man. They did, bro.
So you're telling me there's no African? Wait, so there's no African media in the U.S. There's no African correspondents in the White House. There are
none whatsoever.
There are.
Last time African media went there, they don't take no questions from them. So what you talking about?
That was Joe Biden doing that. Doing that.
Well, still it's the U.S. government, so don't give me that.
No. So you're gonna all right, man. But what I'm telling you is this.
Come on, man, Brandon. Don't be obtuse about the whole thing, man.
I'm not being obtuse. What I'm telling you is the fact that all opposition has been suppressed, the fact that the government has to tell people we're ordering you to go do mass protests in support of Ibrahim Traoré.
He never told nobody to do protests for him. Do you know how many people protest over here today in the U.S.? Ibrahim Traoré don't know anything about it. It's just the people that went over there and protest on his behalf, including.
No, they said that they ordered people to do mass protests
Oh
in
my
support of
goodness,
the
they
government.
didn't do nothing. He didn't tell nobody to do that. Okay,
All right, man.
do you know 2 days ago people, I mean last week, people protesting in France against them, right?
Okay.
And guess who paid them? It's the French government.
Okay, I believe that.
So they did a kind of protest from in Italy because of that. And Ibrahim Traoré is not in Italy. So you say, I mean, you got to look at this stuff in both sides, man. Come on, man. I just want to speak for the other side because everybody
I am
kind of
listen, bro,
demonizing.
right now, the entire Pan-African universe is in love with Ibrahim Traoré.
I'm not a Pan-African, though. I'm not a Pan-African.
I'm not talking about you. I said Pan-African universe. Learn to see outside of yourself. Stop centering yourself. I'm using my liberal talk now. Listen, man, I am probably one of the few channels that's actually trying to add some balance to the situation. I love what Traoré is doing, allegedly. I hope he's successful. But also, I have to say, wait a minute. Where are those people who don't agree with him? Are they in camps? Are they in prisons?
They're all over the
they in
place.
mass graves?
I listened to some of them yesterday. Basically, if you ask all the Fulani people don't like him because I guess for some reason, you know, Fulani, they want to take over Upper Nigeria and other areas. So
okay, so where are you listening to this at so we can tell the people and who are watching and they can go listen too?
I came across a channel yesterday on TikTok. They were talking crazy about him because they said he because I mean I guess the Fulani they want to go over there and raid, and I guess they part of the T group. Some of them, you know, just like in Nigeria when they go over there and harass those people in Nigeria, they want to do the same thing in Burkina Faso, but he's not letting them do that. So some of them don't like him for that.
Let me step in. Okay, I will take. You know, when you say Fulani people, that's very interesting because I told you, like I said earlier on the channel, back in the 70s, Sekou Touré did a Fulani genocide. He did that in the 70s. Maybe Traoré is gonna fall in the same trap. Very be careful because, like, I
No, the
remember
way
a lot of.
Traoré is only attacking people that attack Burkina Faso. If you come over there with your little terrorist group and trying to attack that guy, he's gonna clear you out.
I don't
Same
think
way.
he's clearing out much because he's losing ground right now to the terrorists, 60%.
Yeah, you know, he's a tough topic. He's very tough.
But this is his definition of fighting, though.
Yeah,
Losing,
of course.
losing,
You're just gonna sit there. Who's that talking? You're just gonna sit there and let people come over to your house and take over. You don't fight back. Come on, man.
You gotta have a dialogue, man. Let me talk. We can
Okay, the
engage.
enemy don't want to have a dialogue. So what you gonna
Don't
do
let me.
about that?
I don't
Just
want
gonna
to
let them
just
come
say
over?
every time I say 5 words, you're just gonna jump in.
Because you dumb, man. You don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, stop with the personal attacks. Let them talk.
Man. No, I'm too old. I'm too old for this, man. Let me have a dialogue. I'm trying to have a dialogue. All I'm saying is you're losing 60% of your country, man. That is not fighting, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not even putting up a resistance. You know what I'm saying? They need to reevaluate what they're doing, you know what I'm saying, and come correct, man. We in 2025, man. You can keep on worrying about the French, but the French left on their own will, man. France ain't your problem, man. Your problem is them is
And
Islamic
guess who's
boys.
sponsoring the T group? Guess
Your
who's sponsoring? Where they get their weapons
problem.
from? Who's
I don't
giving
care
them
who.
weapons to go fight?
Let them
Bam
finish,
terrorists?
man. Let them finish.
We're having a conversation, Brandon. I
But
can
you
talk to
had
him
your
one-on-one.
listen. But you talked uninterrupted. Now he's talking and you're interrupting him.
No, he was interrupting me too. So you know what I mean?
No, you talked for a long time and he
It's
said
a back
nothing.
and forth conversation, Brandon.
Let him
Don't
finish
worry
his
about it.
statement. Then you can give your statement. That's back and forth.
Childish, bro.
See, this is a microcosm of the black culture, man. Globally, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not part of no black culture.
can't-
I'm not a
we
black
can't-
culture person.
See, this is why I'm telling you, man. I'm jumping ship, man. I'm gonna come back here in 10
Nobody
years,
gives
man.
a fuck about you. Go jump a
and
ship.
when-
I ask. Out of respect for the audience, you need to let them talk. You
this guy
gotta let
is
the conversation
like,
breathe, dude.
like Hustle Smart said, man. This man is a sugar boy, yeah. Come on, man. Listen, man. Let me tell you something, man. In 10 years, you're gonna lose 90% of the country, but you see, you're all over the place, man. You're not understanding the concept, man. You might not like me, and I might not like you. But if we can put our head together and fight these jihadists, you know, saying and push them back to the north as far as we can, it'll be better for the whole continent. That's my whole starting point, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand I have no problem with Traoré. You know what I'm saying? I think he's doing too much and at one time, man. You have to pick and choose your battles. You're either gonna stay on the military battlefield or you're gonna be a statesman. You have to a good leader not only, you know what I'm saying, leads the people, but he appoints proper people around him, you know what I'm saying, to do the jobs that he can't, man. That's
But
how
I
you
just
gain power. That's how you maintain power. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
what I'll tell you, and we got to let Robert talk, guys. What I'll tell you is this: in August of 2024, 200 people were killed. So basically, Burkina is top 3 in countries that are impacted by terrorism. Just in August 2024, 200 people were killed by a terrorist attack, soldiers and villagers in one terrorist attack. They killed 200 people. Ibrahim Traoré vowed a determined response against the terrorists. Something is, I'm just, there's this funny little thing in the back of my mind that says this guy's a bit is in over his head, right? Because it's like you're a soldier, you're losing ground to Islamic extremists, you got everyone saying you're a dictator, you're telling people to go protest and show how much they go show support for you. Like, bro, I'm trying to, if you take over that country, I want to see them reported, bro just wiped out 5,000 terrorists in 1 week. I want to see some gangster shit. I don't want you taking over the country to be over there twiddling your damn thumbs, talk about, look, we lost 500 people, but we built a tomato factory. No,
But
bro, that
but
doesn't
Brandon,
add up.
just a few minutes ago, when you if you
Yo,
kill
I was just about to say the
if
same thing, man.
can I say
I
something,
was
man? Can
just
I say
about to say
something?
the
No,
same
no, no,
thing.
Hey,
I wanna say
you
something. You
got
just
30
cover me, man.
seconds, IAS, and then we go on to Robert.
Okay, just a minute ago, if he was reported that Ibrahim Traoré went and killed some 5,000 terrorists, you're gonna say he's a dictator, he's wiping out
No, I
people.
won't say that. I'll say he
No,
killed
that's what you guys
5,000
were saying
terrorists.
earlier. Now that his
Bruh,
people is being killed. I mean,
there,
what do you want from the guy?
there is a difference
If it's
between,
like if you do,
listen, man,
that's why it
listen,
doesn't
man,
matter if you what
listen,
you guys
man.
say.
Islamic terrorists are totally different from political opposition and regular citizens. You're
No,
trying to
no,
make a
no.
false
Whatever
equivalency.
bad things they report about him, you guys, that's what you guys want to believe on.
No,
You
I
guys
don't.
want to pick on the negative, like
Did
Michael
we knock
Langley is
you?
lying on him.
Okay, I just defended the roads that he was building.
No, no,
We
no, no.
defended. Yes, I did. Yes,
He's
I
no
did.
more. He's no more than that. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
man. Listen, man. You don't need to be like a woman right now, trying to know you're trying to just talk just to say something. I defended the roads he was building. We said we praised him for the tomato factory. We praised him for the gold thing he was doing. But none of that matters if the country gets overrun by terrorists, bro. Are you too dense to understand that?
No, no. Right now. Actually, he's
What
getting
is a
more ground.
tomato factory gonna do for you if terrorists
No, no.
overrun
He's
your
getting more
country?
ground. He's forget about the tomato factory. He's getting more
Answer my
ground.
question.
Can I ask? Can I
Answer
ask
my
a question
question.
then?
No,
He's getting more ground since he came to power.
I'm
That
asking you
you
a
know, before he
question.
came to power, the country was actually
I'm asking
almost
you
taken
a
over.
question.
Come on, man. Forget about tomato plants, okay? We
When
don't care
you
about
take
that. We don't
power,
care about that. We don't care about
I
the
ask,
tomato
who's
plants.
we? Who's we? You.
We don't.
No,
I don't care about that. I don't
if
care about that.
you
Okay.
take power,
Let's talk about what's on the ground right
if
now.
you
Before he
take
took over
power,
power. No, no,
listen,
no. Listen to me. Listen to me. Before he took
listen.
over power, right?
If
The country
you
was
take
almost overrun by the
Listen,
people over there.
if you take no, they weren't. If you take power, you're saying you can do a better job than the government previously. Since he's taken power, he's lost more ground.
That's not a that's a lie. Big
Go ahead,
lie.
Rob. Go ahead, Rob.
That's a,
Everything's alive. It don't agree with what you want to believe. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I just still get surprised that there's actually a counter argument for Traoré being a dictator. I mean, everything that would detail like authoritarian rule, he does it all. He's already killed 60 people with his security forces that he felt like was opposing his government. I think they were media people. He overran the government by a coup. He keeps suspending elections and everything like that. And he's using just like bullshit um manufacturing or whatever he's trying to do to cover up and try to make everyone uh feel better about what he's doing. I mean, and to be honest, if he's going to try to boost manufacturing, if he isn't exporting to the United States and competing with China, then it isn't even really going to have an effect. So, you know, and I don't know. I don't really remember what happened with the French. I don't know why they kicked them out, but I think they're still allies with like the Wagner group or whatever. But if the Wagner group is there and they're not able to kill off the jihadists, then they might as well bring the French back in because, like you said, it looks like they're losing ground.
Well, the Wagner group has to worry about fighting in Ukraine. So they can't dedicate no serious forces over there. And do you think those Russians are going to go put their life on the line for a bunch of Africans? Hell no. That's all for optics. That's all for headlines. That ain't got shit to do with what's actually happening. They're losing ground right now in 2025. It is not accurate to say Burkina Faso's government is beating Islamic terrorists. While the government has taken steps to combat terrorism, it is an ongoing situation. The terrorist groups remain active in the country. The Global Terrorist Index shows Burkina Faso is consistently ranked in the top 3 for high impact of terrorism, indicating a persistent and prevailing challenge. What does that tell you? Prevailing challenge. The terrorists are winning.
Yeah, you guys want the terrorists to win, but they're not gonna
No,
win.
I don't want the terrorists. See, you like to jump to conclusions. You think legitimate criticism is us rooting for the other guy. I don't even like Islamic terrorist people. I don't like that. It's unsafe. It's dangerous. There's no benefit to it. Yeah, it's sick. No one likes that. Hey guys, do me a favor. First, let me shout out my boy Isbin for the $6.99 super chat. Guys, we have a challenge in the comments right now in the goal 5 10, well now it will be 9 $5 super chat contributions. I know we can meet that challenge, guys. Please give freely. Please bless the channel. We're on the up and up. Your boy has finally made it to no jumper. You see me over there straight representing. I want to know and I want to show that my people are with me. We're a small group, but we strong and we rich. Let's contribute to the stream. Let's hit the like button. Let's subscribe if it's our first time visiting the channel and show people we're standing in solidarity. Finish up, Rob. You got 30 more seconds. Then we go on my boy Costa Nova.
No, go ahead, circle it around. I'm gonna come back in.
Go ahead, Costa. After Costa, we're gonna do final thoughts.
Peace to everybody on the panel. I just wanted to add that I do agree that Ibrahim Traoré focusing on building things like factories instead of security is counterproductive. There are endangered species right there on the border of Burkina Faso and Benin. And the terrorists are wreaking havoc. The West African lion is almost extinct. And terrorists are down there just shooting at will. So until he can actually secure the country, I don't think he's doing an effective job.
I mean, that's a legitimate criticism. That's your opinion. And hey, listen, I agree. He said his whole premise for the takeover was security. You got to give us at least security. At that point, you got to deliver. And it's been 2.5 years already. We need to be seeing some progress. We ain't gonna cut you. We ain't coming for you yet. But Ibrahim, you got to give us some progress. You're a man of few words, so you got to be a man of action. All right, we're going to start closing out. We will start with, we're going to let IS close today. Bro got a lot of opinions. I'm going to give him the final word. We'll start with my boy AfriCulture Concept. Go ahead, brother. Guys, while they close out, please contribute to the stream. Please help us hit our goal. Also, guess what? If you leave a $20 holler, that counts as $4 or $5 super chats. Let's hit our goal. I love hitting that goal. Go ahead, AfriCulture, if you're still there.
Yeah, man. For a group of people that say they don't follow headlines or whatever, like they be looking like they so deep in all this, like they got all this mysterious knowledge and all that. You know, y'all show picky and choosy for what headlines y'all want to believe. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, for people that's looking, you know, putting shit together, you know, it makes sense. It don't mean that the dude not doing it. It just means people expecting to see more, you know, like at least like what they said, security. You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody criticize somebody, that don't mean that they against them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you older than me, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason you should have been on here tripping out like that. But that's how a lot of us be acting when we deal with information we ain't heard of before. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, man, we can't get nowhere. We can't get no ideas, when y'all doing that. But I'm gonna leave at that.
No, hey, and I love what Bandit Anansi, I agree with you 100%. And I love what Bandit Anansi said. I specifically came here to this channel to listen to the counter argument. And it's not even a counter argument. This is me saying, hey, we doing a lot of glazing right now. Let's just see. Let's wait and see before we crown this guy. Let's see, one, if this guy's doing everything he said he's going to do. And then two, let's see if he's capable of doing that. Because right now, Ibrahim Traoré is looking like a very, it's a romantic situation. It looks good. It hits it passes the eye test. But when I'm doing investigation, when I'm digging deep, bro not looking like he's able to get the advantage over these terrorists. And that poses a major problem for me. It's no point of gaining power in the country just to turn around and lose the country. Go ahead, Ant Jones.
Yeah. Let me ask you. You still got Zell, right?
Yeah, I got Zell.
All right. I got you later when I get off, man.
All right, thanks.
Listen. Let me make a couple of points, man, because this should be very self-evident, man. And B, you always make a great quote. What do you say? We like to give up concessions to what? How you say that again?
Progress through concession.
Yeah. This is the black mindset, man. I'm telling you, man. I think this brother and all black people need to look at that map of Africa, man, and see the key points and see what's really going on. North Africa did not start out like that. We gave up a lot of territory, you know what I'm saying? And these are things that's been happening for the last 1,000 years, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem in the east. You got a problem in the west. You got a problem in the south. You got problems. We boxed in, man. The only way we gonna come out that box is to unify our forces, put our heads together, take our head out our ass, and stop. You know what I'm saying? Want to sit on this mantle of I'm this and I'm that. No, you know what I'm saying? We're not really doing anything. It seems like the problem is that when we get a small victory, we want to celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? But the victory is not really a victory because that's where you should have been at 50 years ago. You can't really celebrate the man for building a road when roads are supposed to have been built 50 years ago, man. Come on, man. We passed that, man. I don't care about no tomato factory, man. I don't care about no shopping mall, man. You know what I'm saying? If you got that damn military uniform on, I need you to push these Islamists up out of that country, man. Get it done, man. Do it and do it right and do it now, man. Cause you can't fool me, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not gonna do that, just stick to being a statesman and see what you can do as far as investments and building up the factories. Then I would say, okay, listen, this is a good statesman. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna be on the military front, because you can't do both, man. You can't do both, man. The brother's only 37 years old, man. He should be surrounding himself with other people that's more knowledgeable than he is, man. He coming off. He's coming off very pompous, man. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm just trying to say is, man, you know what I'm saying? This is history repeating itself, man. Whether the Islamists is black, mixed, or totally Arabic or whatever, they coming back for West Africa, man. That's how the kingdoms fell 600, 700 years ago. And this is how the countries is going to fall again in this era, man. We got to unify, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with the African brother. He calls me a coward. You know what I'm saying? But he's sitting over here in America just like I am. So
All right.
I guess we both cowards. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
no personal attacks, guys. But all right, let's go. Rob.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, can you hear me, Brandon?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, I feel like whenever continental Africans come on your panel and they use like this elitist attitude about the information that they know about Africa just because their mom still lives over there or they're still over there with their feet in the dirt, it doesn't really matter. It's the same reason why Douglas Murray lost the Dave Smith debate. No one really cares about the appeal to authority. It's the weakest argument in the book. So every time you guys come up, you're probably just going to lose with that debate. And the biggest L that Burkina Faso took, the reason why they're losing and the reason why I think they will lose and why they deserve to lose is because of their anti-French efforts. They basically they're losing militarily because I feel like France, they lost like that military drone base that was over there. And that would beat the Islamists because I don't know if they have drones or not, but that's more like of a modern warfare technique and they don't have it there anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with the fucking tomato plants. See, when France was over there, they were actually mining that the shit that Burkina Faso needs to do, not tomatoes and roads and shit like that. You should be actually mining your land. Take a page out of the white man's book, no matter how much you hate them, and just duplicate what they do, and you might have some success. But man, I'm gonna just close with that, bro.
Hey, nah, I mean, you're not wrong, bro. Like, seriously, like, sometimes black folks do this a lot, though. Because even black Americans have this mindset. We don't need the white man. The white man this, the white man that. We kick the white man out. Oh, shit, the water's contaminated because all the water freaking filters is broke. And the white man was the only one person worried about fixing them. Same thing that happened over in, what is it called? Damn, what is that country right by South Africa? Where Mugabe was. Mika's from there. Zimbabwe. Yeah. So Zimbabwe, they got rid of all the white people. Then they said, oh, wait a minute. The Negroes ain't trained to operate the heavy equipment for the mass farming.
But they've been sanctioned forever.
People started, listen, man, it has nothing to do with the fact that they got rid of the whites and then the blacks did not know how to do mass farming with modern technology. Hold on. With listen, the blacks were not trained in doing mass farming to feed the whole country. And the blacks who were trained, they left with the white people. They was like, damn that. They got evicted from the land. So sometimes we move too fast. And a lot of it is because we just so anxious to get the white man in our face. Listen, we were complicit in developing this dependence on the white man. So it's going to take time for us to wean ourselves off of his titty, so to speak. All this, like, what I would say, unplanned or hasty decision making, it's not going to help us, man. Traoré should have negotiated a gradual departure of France from his country. He should have worked out a deal. We'll give you this much gold. Train our people to use these drones. Let us get some drones off you so we can continue to beat the terrorists. Now, all the soldiers that would have lived from them using drones, now soldiers are dying where they don't even have to die because we got rid of France and we got rid of their technology. Go ahead, AfriCulture.
I think it's my turn to speak, right?
Ayash, you're next. You're last. Go ahead,
Man, I'm all out, dog. I don't got nothing to say. I'm just listening.
He already spoke. Come
all
on.
Right, my brother. Ayash, no. You got 1 minute, and you better fill it up with good ideas. Go ahead.
Yeah, Brandon. To me, based on what you guys said, further let me know that you guys don't know anything about what you're talking about. First of all, in order for you to criticize a country, you gotta go through the history. You guys, France has been in the Sahel region for like over 10 years, and the terrorists are still attacking. If France is that good, if France was there for the sake of fighting terrorism, why is terrorism has been there forever, for decades, decade after decade? Terrorists are still causing havoc over there. So all that talk you talking, that photo shows that you don't know anything about what you're talking about. And the US has built a drone in the jail for many years. They've been there for a long time before the jail kick them out. So all of that is, and Ibrahim Traoré didn't just build a factory. He built a gold refinery factory. He did a lot of stuff too. He invested in security. He invested in a lot of weapons that came from Russia, Turkey. He did make a lot of allies. You know what I mean? So that photo show me that you guys don't know anything what you're talking about. But anyway, I'm gonna stop there for now, and you know what I mean, because this argument is over. And so you know what I mean. So I'll talk to you later anyway. But when you get another show, but I'm gonna stop there for now.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we don't know about Africa. Hey, shout out to my girl Eagle Eyes Prepping. My sister is doing a lot of heavy lifting tonight. $20 super chat. God bless Brandon in the channel. No FBA spirit allowed. Spirit of division and talking down. Yes, Africa needs maximum security. I agreed with Anthony just on that. Hey, listen, man. One thing about this channel, it ain't a glaze-a-thon. All ideas and perspectives are heard and they are criticized. They're critiqued. Ant Jones said a lot of funny stuff. He said some stuff that was wild, but also he said a lot of true things. IAS, he said some things that had a lot of validity to them. But the thing I try to do, I try to remove the emotionalism from it. We're all men and women. We're grown. We're grown. None of us will want to live in any of those countries without security. None of us want to get blown up, shot up at the mall, or none of that stuff. If it takes AFRICOM to make Africa safe enough for me to go there and build and help the people, help my people in Africa have a real life and opportunities and make progress, well, damn it, AFRICOM just gonna have to be there. But what I'm not gonna do is let this hatred for America that so many black people have make me push and support things that are dumb, that basically stand in the way of us going to Africa and building a healthy economy by us and for us over there. I'm not doing that. If I go to Kenya, I don't want to get blown up at the mall. So if you're telling me get rid of AFRICOM, and I'm like, no, because before they had AFRICOM, this was happening. We ain't getting rid of AFRICOM. Just like your black ass got ADT and cameras and Ring, and white people own all that, but you don't care. Why? Because that's keeping you safe. But you want to be a hypocrite and try to condemn Africans to death or to terror, to be you want to force them to have to deal with terrorist threats and all this stuff just so you can feel better, so you can feel more black. Hey, listen, man, my pro-black, my Pan-Africanism does not depend on white hate. I don't need to hate white people to be pro-black. I don't need to hate white people to be a true Pan-Africanist. That's y'all could do that. And if I got one person watching, that's fine. But I know once you touch the continent of Africa, my thinking is what's going to get you ahead. Your thinking is going to be a hindrance to you. And you're going to be out there looking either ignorant or sounding like a straight up or looking like a hypocrite when you're forced to capitulate to the fact that the world is big. It's bigger than you want to believe it to be or understand it to be. And guess what? Sometimes you got to work with people who you might not like. You got to work with people who you might not even look like to reach your goal. And I'm totally down with that. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single thing y'all do for me in this channel. Shout out to all my people who contributed to the stream. Shout out all my people who are going to contribute to the stream in the playback. I appreciate and love you all. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.